We're going to be replacing a bake element on a stove. This stove's bake element has gone bad. In the very back there, it's kind of deteriorated and it's not completely shorted out or anything like that, but it just doesn't work anymore. What we need to do, one, is turn the power off because we don't want to cook ourselves or deal with electrical stuff. So that'll be our first step. Pull the racks, and there's 2 screws back here and a couple of wires, and I'll show you how to do all that. So as you can see, power's off, lights off now. We're just going to remove the racks so we can get back in there. And it's pretty dark in there, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a little bit of a light to shine in there. And then there's 2 screws here that will pop out. Those 2 screws pop out. Here's the new element right here. The screws go right there, and there's wires that clip on here. You don't want these wires to go back inside there, because if they do, they'll end up getting lost. Then you'll have to fish them completely out, which can be a pain, so you want to keep track of them. So what we're going to do is we're going to use a screwdriver, a pair of needle nose, and this piece of cardboard I've cut slits in to ensure that the wire doesn't go, but you can see here how this is all corroded, and I'll show you that once I get this out. So after turning the power off, you want to unscrew these screws out of the oven wall. We unscrew those. I'm just going to move them out of the way, and you're going to pull this guy out. Now this is where you don't want to lose these wires, because these wires are critically important, because you'll have to fish them out, which is why I kind of made this right here. You don't have to do this if you can keep them in there. And I just want to kind of ensure that those do not suck back in there. And these are just little clippy wires. Like that. Then here you can see how that has blown out. Peel off the sticker that came on this new one, because we don't want it to catch fire as best as we can. Don't want it to use any harsh chemicals or anything like that, so we're just going to scrape it off as much as we can. Take the new bake element, and then we're just going to re-clip those wires back onto here, making sure they're attached really well. Just like that. We can remove our spacer. And we'll push this back in like so. Reattach our retaining screws. Those screws really feel stripped out back here, but all they are is to hold this in there, much like that. And there we have it. Turn the breaker back on, so we have some power, and we can actually test this out, make sure that element heats up. It should heat up, and I'll show you how the other element, how bad it looked. All right, as you can see, the oven's back on. It's got power again. I'm just going to turn it on preheat and bake, and we should notice that element start to glow. It may smoke a little bit since it's the first time firing, especially where that sticker was down there, but it should get nice and warm and work. And the way you can actually tell if your heating element is broken, and I'm not going to get in here, I already feel heat coming, but it may heat slow, it may not heat at all, or it may take longer to cook, or you may even have an electrical ground out and short. Luckily we didn't have any of that. It just kind of didn't burn all the way through. It just started heating out, but it definitely quit working. As you can see, that element's starting to glow red, which is what it should do. The other one wouldn't glow red at all, and as a result it was toast, but it's relatively easy to fix. So as you can see, that element is glowing nice and red. I've turned it off now so it'll cool back down, but you got to be careful because you don't want to touch it. It will burn you like no tomorrow. And for reference, this is a Whirlpool oven. I'll put the model number and stuff right here. And thing is, this oven is my own, and I've been using it for many years since we bought this house, and it was made in 1984, and it still works like a charm. So to replace one of these elements, it's fairly fast, as you saw. It doesn't take a lot of work to do. The main part is disconnecting these and not losing your wires. If you do that, you can get in a lot of trouble because you got to fish them back out. It's just a simple element. Here's the old element, and as you can see, it's getting kind of crusty up here. Some stuff probably fell on it at some point in time, boiled over or something, and it caused it to basically tear apart and just basically ruin. These do go bad over time, and you may need to replace them, which they're not that difficult as you see to replace. And this was probably the original element that was in there. It's done, it's taken care of. The oven's back in working order, and like I said, this oven was manufactured back in 1985, so, and it's an old Whirlpool. It's been a good workhorse, so we haven't seen a need to replace it, which I'm all about fixing and reusing, and doing this myself was easy to do. We've replaced the burners before, relatively easy, drip pan, stuff like that. That's what we did here. Went ahead and replaced this. Quick, easy fix. If you find material like this helpful, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. It really helps me grow my channel, and I appreciate it very much.